it today. So today I'm going to talk about 5 ways that we can become more centered in our lives. 5 ways that we can become more centered in our lives today. That's going to be our little encouragement for today. 5 things that I wrote down that allows us to be more centered in our lives. We live in a busy world. We live in a world where no matter what happens, what's going on, things are coming left, right, with everything that's going on with the pandemic, with everything that's going on with reports, with everything going on with doctors, no matter whatever you turn on, no matter what happens, it's always something else going on. So again, we want to become more centered in our lives so that we can focus in on ourselves and we can advance in some areas in ourselves. And so number one way that we can become more focused in our lives is take time to write down write down who and what you value the most. Number one, take time to write down who and what you value the most. The benefit of that is, who do you value the most? That may be your significant other. That may be your children. Because again, when you write down who it is that you value the most, those are the ones that you put more valuable time into. Those are the ones that no matter what, you can't please everybody. You can't do what you want to do for everybody. But when you write down who and what you value the most, maybe you value your health the most, maybe you value your giving the most, maybe you value the less fortunate the most. But take time, if you want to become more centered in your life, write down who and what you value the most. So again, that's number one in the way in which we become more centered in our life. Number two, think about, if you were at the end of your life, what would you wish you cared more of? What would you wish you cared more of? If you were at the end of your life, what do you wish you cared more of? Good morning, Damon. What do you wish you cared more of? What do you wish you cared less of? We carry a lot of stress throughout the day. We carry a lot of burdens. We carry a lot of burdens on our shoulders every day on things that are not meant for us to carry. What are some things that we spend more time with? Who are somebody that we wish we spent more time with? Maybe it's our children. Maybe it's our significant others. So again, we're trying to center our lives. We're trying to center our lives by thinking about, at the end of our life, what do we wish we cared more of? What do we wish we cared less of? Who or what we wish we spent more time with? And what do wish we spent less time with? So we spend less time worrying about this. We spend less time worrying about that. So again, those are some things that help center our lives some more. So number one, again, was take time to write down, what do you value the most? Who and what do you value the most? Number two was thinking about, if we were at the end of our lives, what do we wish that we spend more time with? What do we wish we spend less time with? Who do we wish that we spend more time with? And what do we wish we cared more about? What do we wish we cared more about? Maybe you wish you cared more about going after your dreams. Maybe you wish you cared more about going after your education. Maybe you wish you cared more about going after those things that just keep keeping you up at night, that keep bugging you, that no matter how much you're doing for others, you're going to work for other people, but man, it's still something burning deep down on the inside of you that's still speaking to you, that's speaking to your heart, that's saying, man, I wish I would do this, or I wish I would move towards that. Maybe you don't take all the 10 steps to get there, but maybe you take a couple steps to get there on this day, okay? So number three ways that you can center your life is invest in quality time serving others who can't serve you back. We talk about humility, we talk about gratitude, we talk about ways of service. Spend some time serving others who can't serve you back. It's an amazing thing that happens when we serve others that cannot serve us back. When we give a compliment, I was at a seminar one time and they were talking about the difference between giving and loaning. Giving and loaning things that we give to people. It's like when we give a compliment, or we do something for somebody. Let's say we do something favorable. We give somebody a T-shirt. We give somebody a haircut. We give somebody a compliment. Are we giving or are we loaning? Are we giving it to that person and not expecting anything back, or are we loaning it? Meaning we're expecting them to come back and say, you know what, thank you for this. Thank you for that. So loaning is the fact that I'm giving you something and I'm expecting you to give me something back. I'm expecting you to say something back. I'm expecting some type of response from you. But giving is I'm giving you something and I'm just giving it to you and I'm not expecting anything back. So again, investing in serving time and giving something to someone who can't serve you back. Maybe it's the homeless, maybe it's the elderly, maybe it's the less fortunate, maybe it's somebody, maybe it's your neighbor, maybe it's somebody that cannot give you something back. So that's number 3. And number 4, take a moment to reflect on your life and ask yourself, what gives me my value? What is it that gives you my value? Is it your race? Is it your financial status? Is it your religion? Is it your denomination? Is it your accomplishments? Is your association? Is it your political affiliation? And then after you think about what gives you your value, then make a decision to live it out and to love others without any other with any of those classifications. So again, you think about what gives you the most value, and you walk it out. And you walk it out, and you pour your heart into it. You pour your heart into it. You give yourself you give yourself an opportunity to really pour yourself into that. What is that? Is it your friendships? Is it your association? Is it your community? Is it your race? Is it your color? Is it your associations? Is it your family? What is it? And pour yourself into it. And pour yourself into it, understanding that, you know what, here's an opportunity for me to pour myself into something. Remember, we're talking about ways that we can center our lives. Ways that we can center our lives. And so that was number 4. Number 5 is write out your vision for your life for the next 3 to 5 years. I know we're not fortune tellers, but write out your vision for the next 3 to 5 years. I would even start, you know, one thing I do with the NFL players when I work with them is I actually have them write out for the next 6 months. I actually say for the next 6 months, what is something that you want to do? You know what I'm saying? And what's the first step that it takes for you to get there? So I say write out your vision for the next 6 months. What is something that you want to accomplish in the next 6 months? And then next to that, I want you to write out what's the first step that you need to take to get to that goal. Maybe it's making a call. Maybe it's getting up. Maybe it's doing research. Maybe it's just moving forward than where you are right now. So again, write out your vision for the next 6 months, and then also write what is the first step that it takes to get to that moment. And then once you accomplish that, then you write out what the next step is. All of which until 6 months, you get closer and closer to your dreams. So you say, what must you focus on, and what must you do to make that a reality? That's what you're writing down when it comes down to thinking about what is the next step that you must take to get to that reality. So there you have it. Those are 5 ways in which we can become more centered in our life. Number 1 was writing down what and who we value the most. Number 2 was thinking about at the end of our life, what do we wish we cared for? What do we wish we spend more time with? We spend less time with? Who do we wish we spend more time with? And spend more time with. Number 3 was invest some time and quality time in serving those who cannot serve you. Number 4 was taking a moment to reflect on your life, you know what I'm saying, and thinking about your associations, those things that give you the most value, and really pouring yourself into them. And number 5 was writing out your values, writing out your life vision for the next 6 months. And then writing next to it what's the first step it takes for you to accomplish that. So again, I hope that those tips were quick, and I hope those tips were helpful. I wish everybody a wonderful, wonderful day. Have an awesome day. Have a blessed day today. And I'll let you guys later, man. Thank you guys for everybody participating. Peace out.